Digibyte (DGB) is one of the more seasoned digital currencies. Established in 2013, it was placed available in 2014 at a cost of just $0.001378. The Digibyte project is a P2P digital money and blockchain stage where DGB tokens are utilized as an instrument of trade for dApps and Brilliant agreements. The stage has its own Brilliant Agreement Foundation. The Digibyte blockchain depended on the first Bitcoin blockchain. It is a versatile option intended to deal with outrageous quantities of exchanges consistently. At the time it was established, Digibyte was quite possibly of the earliest other option contenders to the world's biggest cryptographic money and blockchain. This instrument gives a short expectation for this model over. Our specialized score is determined utilizing numerous examination intended to foresee the future developments of digital currencies. Scores over 70 are viewed as bullish, under 30 are negative. Our beautiful dial, which refreshes consequently, makes an incredible expansion for our page. Digibyte Authentic Value Execution. There was next to no huge cost development for the 3 years following its entry, during which it varied somewhere in the range of $0.001942 and $0.000426. This period's absence of value action must be summed up as a time of genuine indefinite quality. Contrasted and other digital forms of money sent off somewhere in the range of 2013 and 2016, Digibyte remains somewhat obscure. However, that doesn't imply that the venture's originators missing the mark on vision that they consistently chipped away at. Digibyte was intended to be a more adaptable option in contrast to Bitcoin. By that fate a smile down from heaven, ready to arrive at a bigger decentralized local area. It was generally an open source stage, so anybody could see the tasks code and add to it. In 2014, DigiShield and Multialgo were added. This doesn't appear to lastingly affect the DGB cost. The DGB cost saw its most memorable serious convention in May-June 2017. During that period, the cost crested at $0.06048. That mid-year was the start of Digibyte's rising. Financial backers who entered toward the start of that period saw over 3x returns on initial capital investment. While we can't give any convictions with respect to occasions and their consequences for costs, this period saw a couple of significant turns of events. In April 2017, Digibyte had turned into the second major blockchain to utilize isolated observer, SegWit. SegWit was a move up to Bitcoin's convention and added securities against exchange playability. The last option alludes to the chance of the confinement of little bits of exchange data and evolving it, which would nullify new Bitcoin blocks. Digibyte followed after accordingly and saw its cost rise fundamentally. It wouldn't tumble to pre-rally levels anytime starting from the presentation of SegWit. The DGB cost before long saw a clear rectification, tumbling to around the 1 penny mark before the finish of summer 2017. There were a couple of meetings all through 2017. However, generally, negative opinions kept the DGB cost lower than 2 pennies. The finish of 2017 and the start of 2018 saw a considerably more critical convention. On January 7, 2018, DGB came to $0.1265. This rally likewise pursued an overall direction, which Bitcoin drove. Then, at that point, another drawback amendment came and pulled costs down. DGB even tumbled to $0.03009 on February 8. Short of what 1/4 of the pinnacle cost. 2018 saw numerous vacillations. However, they were somewhat gentle, differing between 1.5 pennies and 5 pennies. Regarding significant news, less occurred in 2018. The significant occasions of 2019 appeared to affect DGB costs. In July 2019, Autocrypt was sent off. The Autocrypt calculation carried further upgrades to Digibyte's security. Regardless of this, DGB proceeded with a sluggish downfall through the last 50% of 2019. Which just turned around in mid-2020. In May 2020, Digibyte energized without precedent for a year, arriving at a high of $0.03449. The cost then balanced out until the general crypto buyer market. Afterward, Digibyte was additionally impacted by the general crypto positively trending business sector of mid-2021. January saw DGB costs ascend at a very much like bend to BTC and other major cryptos, yet somewhat more slow. The April-May tops were comparably high, however were generally more critical for DGB. The January top cost was $0.07996 and the May top was $0.1573. This is as yet the generally exorbitant cost of DBG. This change has all the earmarks of being driven predominantly by the incredibly bullish opinions the whole crypto market was encountering during this period. The value execution of DGB since has been regular of the cryptographic money market, with minimal exceptional to say. Beginning in 2022, the crypto bear market impacted DGB likewise. DGB has burned through a large portion of the last 50% of the year, underneath the 1 penny mark. The slump isn't particularly terrible. However, the two costs and exchanging volumes have remained very low. Digibyte, DGB, value expectation 2023. Feelings develop more hopeful going into 2023, as do the cost recommended by different kinds of investigation. More extensive digital currency market patterns highlight an incomplete recuperation. The present moment there is a moderate sell feeling, and this might go on as a normal for quite a while. Crypto News, one of the more safe experts, puts the greatest cost for 2023 at $0.038, which matches most specialized investigations' maximums. Once more, this depends on the customary pointers utilized for specialized examination. Planned financial backers would be reasonable to respect these examinations close by news encompassing the Digibyte project and more extensive improvements in the crypto world. No measure of examination and an expected level of investment can be depicted as something over the top. All things considered, we should investigate what 2023 is supposed to resemble for DGB. The expectation for 2023 is a base typical cost of $0.01490 and a most extreme normal of $0.02850. The general normal is set at $0.01600. Digibyte, DGB, value expectation 2024. Going into 2024, examinations paint a more hopeful picture, yet not one as hopeful concerning other significant cryptographic forms of money. Notwithstanding, the specialized investigations actually highlight a potential return for capital invested of over 400%, contrasted with December 2022's typical cost. This wouldn't be particularly really great for cryptographic money markets. However, we should bring up that the degree of chance is high too. While different tokens might have more hopeful figures, they should be generally seen with alert. The DGB cost expectation for 2024 is a base typical cost of $0.022 and a greatest normal of $0.036. Forthcoming declarations about Digibyte and its basic innovation are probably going to meaningfully affect costs proceeding. Digibyte, DGB. Value forecast 2025. Long-haul standpoints for DGB are more bullish. Factors that influence the more extensive crypto markets, particularly Bitcoin, ought to be considered as we draw nearer to 2025. Some more safe examination portrays DGB arriving at the least finish of these investigations in both 2024 and 2025. It's in the drawn out that negative examination lays out a superior picture. Later on is when deflationary tensions might well push the Digibyte token's cost up. For 2025, the expectation for DGB is a base typical cost of $0.029 and a limit of $0.046. Long-haul